Okay, so hi everyone. So, I have not been posting on here for a while. So I was kind of, here's what happened. So I made a video, a while back on, absolute value inequalities. This huge video, and I was using this, editing feature to edit the video. The thing is that I got myself messed up, and so I decided that it's best to just do small videos and go by small problems, just so that I wouldn't have to make this entire video about, about like this huge lesson on certain math topics, and just to make it easier on those of you that, don't like to have everything thrown at you all at once, especially if you're not, good at like algebra or something like that. So, from now on, I'm gonna just, make videos, but I'm gonna do it per problem, just so that you guys can, can actually, if you're looking for a specific problem to look at, you can actually look it up and find it. And and if you subscribe to me on YouTube, you can actually look to see if I actually did a specific problem, and I'm more than happy to work on anything that I have not posted on YouTube yet that you kind of have questions about, with algebra or with math in general, and I'll try to do my best to make a video on that. So from now on, I just wanted to make that statement that I'm not going to be posting extremely long videos anymore, because of the fact that editing and all that other stuff is just, I feel like it's very time consuming on my part, and I feel like it wouldn't be convenient to those of you that just want a quick overview on how to do a specific problem. So this is how I'm going to be doing it from now on. But yeah, anyways, I just, wanted to point that out. And so yeah, let's get started with the video. So on here we have write the equation of a line that goes through -3, 1, and 2, 7. So I know in the last video we were doing absolute value inequalities, I think. I was going to continue on those today. The thing is that I forgot to go over a specific type of question that, I feel like it's the most common type of question that they test you on in algebra, and that's to see if you can find the equation of a line that goes through 2 points. So, basically, if you have, your xy plane right here, even though it's not drawn to scale, you have your xy plane and you have these 2 points, and you want to find, so this is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2, okay? And you want to find the equation that goes through these 2 points. So I wanted to just briefly go through that in this video. So if you have basically, so here we have -3, 1, and 2, 7. So if we just make a rough sketch of how that would look like, we would do like 1, 2, 3 over here, and then 1. So here's our -3, 1, and then over here we have 2, 7, right? So this would be kind of how our line, how it would look like if, even though it's not perfect, it would be kind of how it would look like. So we want to know, well, what's the equation of that line? So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do your slope equation, right? So you have m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So I can color code this, so if I can say that, we have the points -3, oops, give me a second. We have the points -3, comma, 1, right? And then we have the points, so I'm going to do another color. So we have the points, or we have the second point, which is 2, comma, 7, okay? So here we have our, so this is, first of all, this is our x1, because it goes from left to right. Always remember that when you have your x1, y1, you're always looking from, or you have 2 points, you're always looking from left to right. Your left is always going to be your x1, y1, and your right is going to be your x2, y2, okay? So we have x1, y1, and then over here we have x2 and y2, okay? So basically, if we color code it, we have m equals, and we're literally just going to go ahead and fill it in with the color coding. So y2 minus y1 over and then we have x2 minus your x1, okay? So, basically, so what you do is you go ahead and you find your slope, okay? You find your slope, so you have, it's going to be, your y2 is 7, okay? Your y1 is 1, so it's minus 1 over, your x2 is 2, and your x1 is going to be -3. Make sure to put a parentheses here because it's minus a -3, okay? So we then have 6 over 2 plus 3, and that's going to be 6 over 5. So your slope is going to be 6/5, okay? So then one thing that you can do, there's 2 ways you can do this next, okay? So you can do, number 1, use y-intercept form to find your equation, or to write your equation. Since I didn't specify what type of form, usually they would tell you what type of equation they would want. In y-intercept form, it's going to be y equals mx plus b, okay? And then you can also do the second one, which is point slope. Oops. Point slope form, okay? And that's going to be y minus y1 equals m times a quantity x minus x1, okay? So, for the sake of it, I'm just going to do both.
So here we have, so first we have our slope, right? We know our we know a point in the line that gives us our, that's basically in the line in the linear equation that we're looking for. So we can go ahead and use one of these points. Let's use -3, 1, okay? So we have -3, 1. We know our slope. Our slope is 6/5. So this right here, we can put as 6/5. So we know that the point is -3, 1, and our slope is 6/5. This is our m, remember. Okay, so what you do is you go ahead and you just plug it in. So if you want to, you can say that, so you can, this is your x1 and y1, okay? It doesn't matter in this equation which, like, it doesn't matter how you label this. I would label it as x comma y, but yeah, so we have our y value is 1, so that's equal to, and our slope is 6/5, so it's going to be 6/5 times -3 plus b, okay? We do not know our b. Our b is, so this part right here, oops, give me a second. This part right here is our y-intercept. And if you don't know what that means, that's basically where x equals 0, okay? So, we don't know our y-intercept, so we have to solve for it, okay? So, we know our slope. If the thing about it is that if you just do, so if you don't solve for your y-intercept, if you just put b on there, it's not gonna be right, because you have to know your y-intercept in a linear equation. So it's like if I put, y equals 6/5 x plus b. Well, I mean, that's you're almost there, but you need to know what b is, right? You don't know what this is. So that's why you have to use a point to find your b value, okay? So you have 1 equals -18/5 plus b. And I'm sure in past classes they taught you how to add fractions with whole numbers, okay? If anybody is, confused with how to add fractions with whole numbers, you need to let me know right away, because I can make a video on how to do that. But basically what you do is you have to, so right here, for example, to solve for b, you have to add 18/5 to each side, okay? It's kind of like a linear equation, if you think about it. So then you have 1 plus 18/5. I don't know if I've already gone through linear equations with fractions or not, but that's kind of how you do it, okay? And that's equal to b. Since we have 1/1, we want to get the common denominator the same, so we go ahead and we do that, how do you call it, that property where if we have a over b plus c over d, that's going to be AD plus BC over BD. You don't have to pay attention to this part.
just, so basically you have to have, basically the bottom part over here has to be the same, okay? It has to be the same number, because you cannot add fractions without them having the same denominator, okay? So what I would do is I would just multiply by 5 on top and bottom. So what you do to the bottom, you do to the top, and you have 5/5 plus 18/5 is equal to b, okay? And then we have b equals 23 over 5, okay? So then, this is our y-intercept. So now, we have found our equation, because all we need is our slope and our y-intercept. So our slope, we found it earlier, it's 6/5, okay? So we have y equals 6/5 x, and then our b is 23 over 5 plus 23 over 5, okay? So this is our equation for this problem here. Okay, and I think in point slope form, I'm going to go ahead and do a separate video for that one because I don't want to put too much in one video. So this is going to be probably part 1 for this problem. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching.